I'm here with Gary. We're outside the Nou Camp. Manchester United have lost. Now, we briefly heard from Gary during Abdullah's fan camp, but Abdullah had to go on his coach, so we've got Gary back again. Gary, you were mentioning there that... So this gentleman here has just said Ashley Young was rubbish today. Thoughts?
Yeah. Well, you know, Ashley's had a...
What about Paul POGBA walking off at park at the end of the game? Never even turned round to the lads, walked straight down that tunnel, they didn't give a monkeys. What about...
You want to see him come over to the fans?
Well, he didn't show no emotion. It was like he's on his way. I think it's over. He just went straight down back. He was the only player that didn't come over. Not good, really.
Disappointing.
I mean, at the end of the day, like, he's probably embarrassed by his own performance and the score. But you know, sometimes you've got to try and sort of like bury that and sort of come over and thank the fans. I'm not defending him. I just said he's probably embarrassed. Ashley Young, you know, it's easy to say he had a bad game today, and he had a bad game last week. So did Marcus Rashford. But because Ashley Young's 33, 34, and Marcus Rashford's a lad that we've all got a lot of time for. He's a young mankin. He's finding his way. He's going to have a bad game, you know. And I think POGBA on a game like today, we can't always look at these big money players and say all the responsibility is all on him all the time. But I would expect to see more from him, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm not defending him, but I don't expect him to sort of, you know, everything to go through him. But when the ball comes to him as a midfield player, a top midfield player, right, and he plays the way he's facing, 3 times I've counted it tonight, where there's 15 yards of space behind him, I receive it after and quarter turn, I'm creating something, yeah? And the ball's come to him and he's played back. I mean, I received something from Ian Rossiter on the FA coaching thing today, and he said some of the things that of Barca have come out tonight, and it was about peripheral vision and scanning, yeah? They had a picture of Xavi and he had a picture of 80% of people that scan, right? They pay 80% forward passes. We've got midfield players, it's like POGBA in our midfield at Man United. They're playing the way they're facing. How are we going to create chances going forward?
Is it all too safe for you then?
If the ball comes into you, yeah, from your defence, and you don't know what's behind you, and there's 10 yards of space, how are you going to create?
Yeah, it's true.
I mean,
there's not enough movement as well, going forward, going around.
I think, you know, what they did really well in one pattern of play, they've got, like, the ball comes to the wide midfield player, it switches to the wide midfield player, the centre forward's here, it's played into him, they got a third man run going in behind, breaking the line as soon as the ball's played. You've got those patterns, they work them really well. They're a fantastic team. It's great to see Messi, you know, like...
Show the levels that are between the two teams.
There is a big...
What do we have to do to bridge that gap?
I think our recruitment, you know, we've spent millions of pounds over the last 3 seasons, but have we invested with the best players? I mean, I don't know who signed Lindelof and who signed Ballet, but if Mourinho didn't sign him and after a year he wants other players in and the club are signing them, you know, who's making the decisions? You know, the likes of like Bayern Munich and all that, they've got good players up above, set up above, ex-players that you know are making, the decisions. Now, I think Gary Neville's right in what he's saying, like when I know he criticised the club. There they go! Barcelona fans are enjoying it anyway. All I can say is, like, you know,
how do we turn this around? Ollie's been given a job. We've got the season's pretty much done and dusted apart from a top 4 race, which is difficult. How do we fix this going into next season?
I think we got to get behind him now, and you know, we got to look at. We've had a few bad results, but we've been on a great run. All right, some of the teams we've beat, you got to say that we should have beat those anyway on paper, but let's hopefully give him the money that he wants in the summer, and like at least it's positive with him. You know, we got young lads. You know, Rashford's going to come back to form.
How difficult is it to keep it positive though? Because we've lost, I think it's 5 out of the last 7 games or 4 out of the last 7. How easy is it to keep it positive when the results aren't going your way?
Well, that's football. You're going to get runs like that. You know, we are where we are. There's no point in us like sort of thinking we're we're Ferguson's Man United, or we're going back to that. You know, we're not Liverpool. We're not Man City at the moment. Yeah, we've got a new manager in. We can't keep playing this game of spending £300 million and every 2 years sacking the manager. So we've had a bad run, you know. But this kid comes in and he bleeds red, white, and black. Yeah, Michael Carrick's there. He's a Man United person. Let's just fucking try and be positive, try and stay with him, and try and invest in the summer and make sure that there are people that are going to stand up and be counted. You know, we've got to, you know, two or three players we need to come in, and they've got to be the right signings. We can't afford to keep getting it wrong. And
no more duds.
You know, we spent enough money, but it's funny. Sanchez come on tonight with a quarter of an hour to go. He looked pretty good.
I love that. Talking about duds.
He looked pretty good, mind, didn't he? Let's be fair. He did more in quarter of an hour than some of them did all game. But anyway, come on. Let's beat Everton on Sunday and finish on a high.
Cheers, man.
Nice
Thank you.